Oh, welcome to my house, church unusual, where we say namaste. I see God in you, you see God in me, and we want you to come back to stay. Welcome to my house. Hey, church unusual, Anissa, where we say namaste. I see God in you, you see God in me, and we hope you come back to stay. I wrote that song many years ago. Good morning, good afternoon, hallelujah. Oh, I am Gina motherfucking Fletcher. And I greet you in the name of everything that's great. That's love. That's God. That's Allah. That's Buddha. That's tarot. That's none. That's some. That's a chair, a penis, whatever you believe in. That's what we say good morning to. And I'm so honored this morning. Yo, what's up? John Logic, the producer extraordinaire. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing? Like, how you doing?
Good.
What's up, Anissa Remy? How are you, my light-skinned sister, the
Woo!
lady behind the curtain?
Hey, my sister. What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. It is
Oh my
Sunday,
God.
March 16th, 2025, and I'm alive, bitch.
Okay, she sounds like her vagina is nice and moist. And that's what today is about. The moistness. The moistness. Woo! Good morning, son. All the way from Phoenix, Arizona. Hi. So before we do anything, this is called Church Unusual. So we're going to have a little prayer, and you can take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. Say, good morning, God. We just thank you for the moment. We thank you for the houses represented here, the homes and families. We thank you for your favor in the name of love. Everybody say,
Amen.
everybody say,
Amen.
everybody say,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. We've had the prayer practice for free. So we're going to go right to our welcome address by Evangelist Deaconess Anissa Ray. Me.
Welcome in, family, all our live village, society, the world. This is Church Unusual. Every Sunday, we're right here on Singing Gina TV on
Yes.
YouTube around noonish Eastern time, 9ish Pacific. I don't know the other time zones, but everybody's important. Everybody is welcomed, truly, truly, as you are. We don't do none of that fuck shit. Oh, you can't come in here with the red dress. Can't come in here smoking. Can't come drinking. Can't come turned up. Can't come, bitch. But right here, you can come all day long. We want you to stay. We want you to come back. Let's have some fun. We got some fire ass comedians coming up soon. Let's go. Promote, bitch.
You can come all day.
I had mushrooms
You
last
can come
night.
in the pew, have your fingers in your pussy all day. You can have your fingers in your booty all day. If you whatever you like, you can come all day. We listen. What I'm saying ain't got nothing to do with job. What I'm saying has to do with two vaginas here. We can come all day. Rant is not responsible for what I say about my pussy and this is pussy, which I had nothing to do about her pussy.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. All opinions and train of thoughts are welcomed here and protected by the First Amendment and the Ranters Union.
See, the Lord gave me a vagina. So I'm just worshiping God for the moistness of the vagina. Did you hear it in the welcome address, John? Did you hear it, John?
I did. I did.
Thank
I did.
you for that. Thank you for that welcome and disarray me. But today, before we do anything, I just want to do one thing. We're going to allay the news for right now. We're going to allay all the other segments because we have extraordinary ordinary people here today. But we have a word for today. The word is FASTIDIOUS. Look at my lips. Word of the day is fastidious. The word fastidious is a word of the day. So if you can let it marinate in your spirit, in your heart, in your groin, in your womb, let it seep into the crevices of your mind, what it means. We're going to try to use it in a sentence somewhere in the show today, just to enhance your spiritual vocabulary and the tools to fight this war called life. But in the meantime, I just want to say there's ordinary people, extraordinary people. Have a conversation with Gina. Oh, yes. Have a conversation with Gina. Experience me. Just ordinary people. Extraordinary people. Have a conversation with Gina. Have a conversation with Gina. Experience me. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know, when I told people who I was going to have on my little podcast today, they said, Howie Bell, how you get him? How you get him? I said, he's so easily accessible. I just pick up the phone and you're right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this gentleman is, he is a Scorpio. He's from Detroit. He is what they consider an OG. OG means the original nigga, right? In comedy, he's the one that's highly respected. And I talk to people and comedians. I've never heard your name and no fuck shit. I'm just gonna say that. So for those who don't know who Howie Bell is, welcome to Auntie Gina with Howie Bell. Thank you. You're amazing, my brother.
Thank you, Gina. I appreciate you, and I look. I'm honored to be on your platform. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what's happening. We've been knowing. I think Brooklyn Mike introduced us, Mike Troy,
Yes.
and some time ago, and this is the first time, we've had a chance to really get down, and I'm loving it, man. Welcome to the Howie Bell Man Cave. This is where we watch all the Lions games. Of course, we didn't do good. Uh, but this is it, man. I'm right here. I'm back in Detroit finally. I've been on the road a couple weeks, and finally feels good to be back at home, getting ready to watch a little bit of NCAA basketball. I'm cooking some. I already told you before we got on camera, baby. I made some greens with that smoked turkey, and I got some baked chicken in the oven right now. I'm making some barbecue baked chicken, and I think I'm gonna do some. I think my wife gonna do some dressing or something. We're gonna do something special.
Let me ask you something, because I know everybody done so many things, but I've always been curious as to little boy Howie. No, really, at 10 years old, where were you living? Who were you living with? What were you doing around 10, 11? What were you doing?
At 10 years old, I was in of course, fifth grade, as most people should be at 10. Uh, yeah, most kids should be in the fifth grade, but today I don't know. But at that time, I was in the 10th grade, born and raised on the east side of Detroit. And so I was living with my dad, going to Grayling Elementary School. And and that was the early 80s.
How old are you?
I am 52. I'll be 53 this year.
And you have children?
I do. I got 3 kids.
Single, married, divorced?
Yeah, I'm married. 3 kids. My oldest is 30. Just turned 30 years old, February 21st.
Your grandfather yet?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So
I got an 18-year-old daughter, and I got a 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, 12. That's young. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was mommy at that time? Where was your mother?
My mother and my father separated, so my mother actually moved to California
And you
for a
stayed with
minute,
your daddy?
and I stayed with my daddy. Yeah.
Was that a choice of yours or
No,
theirs?
it wasn't a choice of mine. My mother left.
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, yeah, she left. She was like, I can't take this no more. And not to blame her, that's my girl right now. Me and my mother
Right.
talk every day.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but at that time, her and my father wasn't getting along, and all this kind of stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? So she left, and my father had to take care of his kids, man. And my father was a plant worker, so he wasn't used to that.
How
He
many
went.
how many kids were in the house when she left?
It was three of us in the house.
Because
Yeah,
it's odd for a woman to say, not that there's anything wrong with
yeah.
it, but it's just different to hear that a woman said, "Yo," and they're fine with their father, but we don't usually hear that.
Yeah, because that was back when people had big families. So you gotta remember, it's two sides of the families. It's his
Right.
family, my mother's family, and everybody was like, "All right, y'all got to separate." And that kind of happened
Yeah,
like that. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? And my father, not for nothing, he did his job, man. Taught us how to play chess. Hey, look, he was right. He was going to look at cookbooks to just try to teach himself how to cook for us because he didn't really know how to
Really?
cook that good. Yeah. So he read like,
Was your father hurt during that time? You think?
of course he was. Absolutely. His wife left. Yeah. And
So
then
as a
when she
child, did you
came
know what was
back,
going? Go ahead. I'm
so
sorry.
she came back about a year later, and then he was like, "Hey, your mother's back. Y'all go up in the room, make a decision of where y'all want to go. You want to go back with her, or y'all want to stay here?"
Uh-huh.
And me, my sister, and my brother Greg, my sister Keisha, we went up in the room, and according to my father, we stayed up there about 6 or 7 hours
Really?
trying to make that decision.
So,
And we
what was the discussion?
amongst us, it was just about where we want to stay at. We want to stay with daddy or with mama. Mama's back, we miss mama and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to stay with my daddy, but I was kind of in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I miss my mother too. Of course, my daughter, not my daughter, but my sister Keisha definitely wanted to be with mommy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
But so we all made the decision to go with her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And you and your father stayed close, I'm assuming.
of course.
So high school. What did you want to be out of high school?
I wanted to always be an actor, but I wanted to go into journalism though. I wanted to be in media. So I
Right.
wanted to be, yeah, I wanted to be a news anchor at one time. How about that? Yep, that was my whole thing is going to. So I went to college. Actually, when I graduated, I don't want to jump around, but when I left high school, I went to Benedict College, eventually graduated from Benedict College, which is in Columbia, South Carolina, which is the HBCU. And I went to school for media arts, but they didn't have a journalism program. So I went for media arts. And so, but honestly, from that, I just kind of got into a whole nother world. Of course, I pledged Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Root to the Qs, and in '92 that year, and then graduated and moved to LA. And so I lived in LA from that point for another 7 years. I lived in Columbia, South Carolina for 7, moved to LA for another 7. And it was, my life took a lot of turns and brought me here to comedy. You know what I'm saying? I started doing comedy when I was in and out of school. I got kicked out of school for hazing and all that stuff. It's crazy because we just got caught up in some hazing shit right now at Southern University. So, we one of the young pledgees passed away. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel bad for him and his family and everything that happened with that. But just coming back to going back to then, it was tough, but it taught me how to be a man. It taught me how to handle everything, and that's why when I moved to California, it wasn't no trip to kind of be, on the tough end of things and the struggling and all that. And eventually, we got development deals, and everything went fine, and things like that. So just giving you a little bit of background. You know what I'm saying? When I was a younger man and younger comedian.
So yeah, I want to ask you this about the hazing thing.
Yeah.
My son was in a fraternity, and I said I never wanted him to be in a fraternity. I thought it was a bunch of followers. You
Yeah.
know, what did you learn from being in a fraternity?
Well, I'm still in the fraternity. So I never stopped being in the fraternity. But I'm still, I'm around a lot of really great men. Um, you'd be surprised how many men are in this fraternity from all kind of professions from all over the world. And it's just a privilege to be a part of the organization and many organizations, and not just mine, but just to be a part of it, to be around these men with these many stories and these many accomplishments, and of the amount of time that they spent on the planet, and the things they dealt with, from discrimination to their marriages or personal relationships and things like that. Comedy. I mean, I talk to them all the time about comedy. They like, y'all ain't funny. I with Red Fox and Richard Pryor, so I kick it with cat, not just older cats but young too, but just to talk to them about the generations and things like that. So the benefit of that alone, just the brotherhood alone, is immaculate. Not only that, we are staunch contributors to the community. I mean, we've given so much that people don't even understand how much we do, for the community, and we've all about that. We're all about service. So that's what it's all about. So being a part of it has probably been one of the best things that happened in my life, and I've been a part of it since 1992. And matter of fact, my comedy career probably wouldn't even be where it is if it wasn't for the Qs. So I got to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't depend on comedians. People be like, "Yeah, you tell me that comedians be." Nah, I got the bros. Now I have I got a really tight network of comedians I deal with, but for the most part, I got a lot of brothers, man, that take care of me. So
What's the name of your fraternity again, please?
Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated.
Are those the Q dogs?
It sure is, baby.
Are those the one?
Root
Now,
to the
I think
Q.
your fraternity is known for sex.
For sex.
No, you're known for being dog, like sex, like doggy style.
No, well, we the Q dogs, you know what I'm saying? But but we become Omega men. So, you gotta, when you're young, you're young. When you grown, you grown.
So, who said you were funny when you were
Who
young?
said? You
When
know
you were
what?
young.
Nobody. I wasn't funny at all. When I was in like middle school, high school, people like, you was a class clown. I was like, nah, I never was. I never, but I was acting though. So I was doing plays and doing all that kind of stuff. So I always had the stage presence, but I didn't really know how to format, stand up comedy, or really do jokes. You know what I'm saying? Until my brother Tony Roney, who's a comedian, he actually taught me how to do it, and was actually the first person to put me on stage. So nobody really told me I was funny. They just was like, you could try comedy. I was like, all right, and then try comedy.
First time on stage, where were you? How old were you? Where were you?
I was in Detroit, and that was in 1995, the summer of 95. I left school, came back home for a minute, and my brother Tony was like, "Hey man, you should go up," because he had rooms. He had been on Comic View at the time. He was on Comic View when DL Hughley was the host, and so he had already been on Comic View. And he was like, "Hey, I got a room. Come do it." I didn't know what a room was. He was like, come do comedy." And I went up. I think I went up at the end of the show. It was only like two people there left because everybody had left. And I went up, and I think I might have made them chuckle, maybe. But I remember doing it and saying to myself, "Wow, this is kind of, what I'm saying, it's interesting." And so I remember doing it again, and then again and again. And I remember saying, "Wow, I'm not doing good," because I was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really getting no laughs. Like I was one of the worst new comedians you could ever find do comedy. That's why I tell a lot of comedians, are like, y'all don't know about the trenches, for real, for real. Like, and then I finally got a show where I made people laugh, and it was, what didn't take long. It was maybe a few months into it, and then I was like, oh, okay, I could do this, and so that kind of went to that.
So, you don't think you were born funny?
No, I don't think no. I don't.
Really?
Nah, I think humor, first of all, is subjective anyway. You know what I'm saying? So funny, everybody's funny. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's the case, we are born funny. You know what I mean? But nobody knows that the path that they're going to choose to be a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm
I'm 30 years deep in it now. So, I mean, I didn't know I was going to be doing comedy this long, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And so, that's just dumb. And it's like, all right, this is what I do. And I've
so
and I've and I've worked with some of the best, and I've been privileged to work with some of the best in the business. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I got a show with Tracy Spencer coming up this Thursday at One Mic in Detroit. Yeah, so that's gonna be nice. Yeah.
What was the biggest show you ever had? Person you felt that you really a proud moment, a milestone on stage, and where were you? And what did it feel like?
I did a lot of great big shows. But the biggest show, well, I just say the one that I thought was the biggest at the time. I opened up for Jamie Foxx at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit when he was doing the Unpredictable tour. So I don't know if a lot of people don't remember. If your listeners remember, you remember Unpredictable and all that stuff. And so he was doing the Ray Charles then and everything, and he was killing the tour, and I opened up for him here in Detroit, and that was had to be about 15,000 people in that arena. That was the biggest show that I
Okay.
probably ever did. Now the one that I felt, because that was incredible, but I hosted a show like a musical type of marathon. Well, co-hosted with Damon Williams, another comedian, great comedian from Chicago. I co-hosted a show with him, and it was in Detroit as well, for Frankie Beverly and Mays and Kim. Now it was a lot of people there. It was a lot of other artists there, but my segment was about 4 hours, and then Damon ended with the last like 3 or 4 hours. So it's like a whole day thing. Like there was probably about 50,000 people out there. It was outside.
And so you got a chance to talk to Frankie.
Absolutely,
Oh, oh,
absolutely, yeah,
oh,
absolutely, yeah,
oh.
absolutely, yep, yep. We got the pictures and receipts and everything, man.
What what
And
what a
with Kim
wonderful,
too.
memorable moment.
Yeah, yeah, that was incredible. Now that was big too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so I can't really say what's the biggest. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've done shows with Kevin Hart too. So I've done, I did, with him in Vegas. I did the Heartbeat Weekend with him in Vegas. 2 shows at I can't remember the casino we were at. It was incredible, probably about 5,000 seat or something like that. But just to do that was incredible, and I headlined both of those shows. And so,
Mhm.
that was incredible. I've done some good shows. I've been on tour with Cat Williams. I've toured, what I'm saying, with Cedric the Entertainer. And, not for nothing. And of course, Jamie Foxx, but not for nothing, man. I'm just saying all that to say, young comedians, you can do it. If you're out there listening, man, you can do whatever you want to do. And you can do all you got to do is do it at your time and at your pace. Like a lot of people feel like, well, Howie Bell, well, where you at? Like, what are you doing? Like there, hey man, listen, it's all in God's time. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens. And so now here we are in 2025, and we got the movie coming out that I did called Unexpected Christmas with Lil Rel and Tabitha Brown and a host of other people that are in this film, and it's coming out this winter. And so it's probably one of the biggest movies I've done out of all of the movie. I'm not very proud of some of the movies I've done, but this one did. But this one I'm proud of, and I think it's a really good movie. And hey, man, I'm looking forward to it. So things always happen, young comics.
What's it called again? What's the name of the movie?
Unexpected Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your lowest point in your career? The lowest point in your life?
All the time. What are you talking about? I have the lowest points every other day. What do you mean? This shit don't stop.
Well, because I know so many comedians, and the grind of the next thing for money is a big thing.
Always happens. I mean, it never
Yeah.
stops. You always have a low point, and that never stops. And that's why you appreciate the good things and the high
Yeah.
points. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm
Mhm.
always doing something that I'm like, wow, I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I don't have this much money, or I can't believe I don't have this for that. I mean, it's always a low point. Never stops.
Yeah. As an OG, if you would take a moment to some people that don't have a special, not discovered, nobody knows about, can you give us 3 people that young comedians that know, or maybe not age young? I'm saying that nobody's heard of them that are funny and should be seen. Can you give us 3 people?
Oh, there's so many. Lord have mercy.
Well, you kind of help a lot of comedians. You put a lot of comedians on.
Yeah, and that's so unfair for me to pick out.
Well, give us
Uh,
a couple, a few, whatever you want.
there's so many comics out there that deserve uh, a special. And you know what? Let me say this: nowadays, you can do your own special.
Right. Just Niche just did hers. Just
So
Niche.
yeah, absolutely. And I heard it was incredible, and
Just
I gotta
Niche,
check
my
that out.
angel of the week. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's my girl, Just Niche. I just saw her a few weeks ago in Atlanta. That's my girl.
She
Uh,
smells so good. I smelled her.
yeah.
She smells
But
good in there. No
and
Debrat. No Debrat.
she's hilarious and always has been. But you know, you can do your own. So you don't. It's not like kind of when I first came up with like you had to wait for somebody to give you a special, or you know HBO or giving specials and things like that. Now you know it's a little different. You can shoot your own thing and you can do it. So you don't have to wait on anybody. But there are a host of comedians that you know probably have done certain stuff that I may not even know about because there's so many outlets and so many media
Right,
outlets
right,
as
right,
well.
right, right.
So they may have done some things, but I'll tell you a couple names of some comedians that I think are really good, and they gonna you know probably be a little embarrassing. I'm saying that you know, but there's some comedians out there that are really good. One of them is Marlon. One of them is Marlon Mitchell.
Marlon Mitchell.
Marlon Mitchell is from Chicago, and he owns his family, and now he does owns Francis Cocktail Lounge, which is on 75th Street, and that's one of my brothers, man. I mean, for forever, and he is one of the funniest brothers in the business. Now,
Hey, Marlon.
Marlon Mitchell, man, what up, dog? Man, he is one of the best. You know what I'm saying? He deserves anything that comes his way.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Out of this. I mean, because he's just been doing it so long and so
Yeah.
funny, and he's helped a lot of comedians as well. So
Really?
that's out of Chicago. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because
Wholeheartedly.
I remember you had a show in Brooklyn, and you brought three women with you,
Yeah.
and I thought that was nice. They came out, and you had your own Detroit
hmm
crew come to Brooklyn. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, a lot of those girls, man, like you know, T Barb from Detroit. She's
Hey T.
incredible. It's so many. Ronnie Chanel
Hey
from
Ronnie.
Detroit. She was probably there. Simply Chanel, who just left New York, and we were all together, and she just did the Apollo.
Oh wow.
Actually, yep, she did that, and then she was actually at my show too at Smack Village. You know, I do a show every month now, 144 Bleecker Street on Smack on 144 Bleecker Street in the Village. It's called
Yes.
Smack Village. Yep, Howie Bell and friends. You know what I'm saying? So yep. So she was there, and of course, you know about that, Gina,
Yes.
about the once a month. And so there are so many comedians, man. I mean, Jay Will from Detroit, Mike Larry from Detroit, Tony Roney from Detroit. It's so, and they're all over the place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Detroit because I got to at least, you know, give it up to my people from the crib. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
a lot of comedians, man. A lot of deserving comedians of specials. Oh, for their voices to be heard, but there are so many platforms now for people to do it on. It's no excuse.
Yeah. So, I only did that because a lot of comedians who look up to you, sometimes when they hear that you recognize them, it kind of gives them inspiration. So that's why I did
Yeah.
that, and I know you don't mind doing it.
It's
I'm
just so
also,
hard because when you leave people out, people like, me, you didn't say my
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and all
know,
that.
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
right,
know,
right.
but at 51, the social media game, the computers, the telephones, how is that working for you? How do you adjust it to that? Well, easy.
Yeah, I've been around it. You know, I've been around the shit since, you
You
know.
said you was a tech guy.
Yeah, media arts. Yeah, so I've been around it. Yeah,
Yes.
I still design my own flyers and all that shit. Now I
Do
get
you?
other yeah. Now I get other people to do things too 'cause when I'm too busy, but I'll do quick shit, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, I know graphic design. Yeah, but so I've managed to maneuver my way, but I'm not as into it as if I was 25 years old. They're a little more into it than me because they got a different vein when it comes to social media than we do
Yeah.
at 52 years old.
How long you been smoking weed?
Since college, probably like when the chronic came out.
Have you used any other drugs before?
I did some acid when I was in college. I used to be a bartender.
Oh, so you know how to mix drinks.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. And what's your favorite
Mhm.
drink?
You know what? It just depends.
On what?
I like tequila. I like vodkas. But I will get every now and then get into my dark liquor moods and drink my brandies and my cognac. Cognacs is really last on the list, but I like brandies and bourbons.
So you know liquor, you know spirits well, you know liquors.
Pretty good, decent enough.
All right. So what's the deal with getting fat from brown liquor? Is that true?
Well,
Brown
brown
liquor
liquor
make you gain
has
weight.
yes, brown liquor has more sugar in it.
So tequila
So,
is better.
well, anything clear is better. But tequila, I think guave tequila is probably the best because
Say it
you know what I'm
again.
saying. I
What
think
is
it's
it?
a guave
Oh,
tequila. I think I think a guave tequila is probably the best you should drink.
do
I
you know,
think.
John? Are you there, John?
I'm not sure, but I think.
And I said, do you know about agave?
And that could be the weed.
I know a guave is a natural sweetener. It's a sugar, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know
Right.
that there was an agave
Tequila.
tequila.
Yeah.
I know when my son's a bartender, when he makes his delicious margaritas, he uses
Delicious
an
margaritas.
agave
Mm,
syrup or something.
yeah.
Yo, listen, I was asking you that because there are so many things that a person does you would never connect it. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot
Yeah.
of things about a person, just a regular, ordinary person like you are, who's extraordinary to me. Just the nuances. I would never imagine that you wanted to be a journalist, but now that I hear how
Yeah.
you articulate and pontificate,
Yeah.
I can hear it. Do you still want to do journalism? Can you hear me? He's talking. Is he doing something with somebody? He messed up his phone. Somebody called him or something.
Yeah. Somebody. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all. Somebody called me. That's all. I apologize.
that's okay. I
I tried
understand.
to put it on. I tried to put it on silence, but I guess that didn't work.
It's okay. Do you
but
still
no.
want to
But
be
no.
a journalist still?
You know what? I wouldn't mind. Actually, I don't mind. I don't mind commentating, but I don't want to be a gossiper.
Right,
And
right.
I think that's what social media has gotten a lot of people into. And they're journalists in their own right, but they're gossiping. And it's nothing wrong with freedom of speech. There's nothing wrong with speaking
Yeah.
your mind. There's nothing wrong with articulating yourself, as you say, and trying to be prolific in what you talk about and having your point of view.
Oh, something happened to his phone, right? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. You
Okay.
have to know, that hey, whatever you do, put your heart and your soul into it, and you can do it, and have some morals about yourself. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these people that they don't have any morals about it no more. Nobody cares no more, and so you got to have something in there where you at least care.
And you know how I've been asked by several people to do podcasts with them about drama and gossip, and I refuse. That's why I don't rarely ask somebody about other people. I don't like the comparative stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's the antithesis of healing and harmony. But when it comes to competition, I do want to ask you about sports because I follow you and you're a big
yeah,
sports person. Big
yeah,
sports person.
yeah.
Always been into basketball and football, always.
And shout out to Frank Holder, who is the founder of Humor Mill magazine. I don't know if people remember Frank Holder, but Frank Holder does a show and like a live show, kind of like yourself, where he does sports and he brings different commentators, and I've been doing that with him as well. So shout out to Frank Holder. But yeah, I've been into sports since I was a little kid. I've been playing from Pee Wee football to actually I was on the swim team. How about that?
Really? You
How
know I'm a
about that?
swimmer, right? You know I'm a
I'm a
swimmer.
swim. Are you really?
Yes, I teach swimming. I created something called Swans, swim and dance together.
Are you really serious?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm good.
See what
What,
I'm
what's,
talking about?
what's your
Hey, look,
stroke?
hey, Scorpios, we love water, don't we?
Oh yes. What's your favorite stroke?
Uh, it used to be, it used to be the butterfly. Now that was when I was younger.
Really?
That's when I was younger and I was a little stronger,
Yeah.
and I could. You know what I'm saying?
The double,
And I
the
could
double flip.
come,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
double
but
flip.
I could do it now, but now I just kind of freestyle and kind of, just go. And then I
Yeah,
hit a
yeah,
back
yeah.
show just kind of to work out. But when I was in the competition, I could butterfly my ass off.
Yeah, I'm a breaststroker. Yeah, I'm a breaststroker.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I do freestyle, every now and then I wind up doing the windmill, so I got to keep.
Yeah.
I have a little problem with the freestyle every now and then.
I'm good at freestyle. That wasn't nothing. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the breaststroke was my joint. I mean, butterfly.
But
But
in
let
my
me tell you
breaststroke,
something though. When I
I never
did
had breast though. Damn it.
when I tell you I've been in athletics since I was young. You know what I'm saying? Even in high school, and moving on. And then I became a part of ROTC. Like I was always into something with discipline and you know, that kind of stuff like that, where they taught you how to be, more how to be a thinker and how to be a critical thinker, actually. You know what I'm saying? Not just a thinker, but a critical thinker, and how to move on that and be physical and be physically fit. And then so moving into Omega Psi Phi, which is going back to the fraternity, you had to be physically fit and you had to do a lot of things like that to even be a part of it. So it was just a natural transition. And
Yeah,
so to being a grown man at 52, I mean, I feel great right now. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I mean, I'm able to travel. I'm able to carry them heavy bags up and down the subways in New York, and then hit the flight and hit LA, do my shows and do whatever, and act like nothing happened, and be
Yeah,
back in
yeah, yeah.
Detroit. And people like, man, where you been? On my way to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm moving and shaking like that because I'm physically fit enough to do that, and I feel sorry for our kids now because they didn't come up being physical like that.
Right.
They came up on social media.
They're much more sedentary. Yeah. So the Detroit Lions, why do you love them so much?
Well,
Why?
I'm a Detroiter, so
Yeah, but
but
I'm from Brooklyn and I'm a Lakers fan.
well, that's you. You know,
I'm
I'm
just
a
saying, but you ain't
I'm
gotta
a
be from
Detroit.
Detroit to
I'm
love
a
the Lions.
Detroit guy. We love all Detroit sports, everything Detroit. Now, it ain't like we don't like other teams, so we appreciate and respect other teams. But I'm a Detroit. See, I grew up, loving Billy Sims. You got to remember the Detroit Lions play on Thanksgiving every year. So let's start there. So all my life, I've been watching the Lions play on Thanksgiving. Oh, I mean, it's like since I can ever remember that the Lions have always played on Thanksgiving,
You
and
and Tony Roberts love the Lions. You and Tony
we
Roberts.
do. We travel a lot. We got the Detroit Comedy Lions Club. Sean Larkins, Tony Roberts, and myself. Yeah, yeah. We love the
And your
Lions.
favorite basketball team is who?
The Detroit Pistons. Come on. I mean, come on. Now I tell you this: as much of a rivalry that the Pistons had with the Lakers back in
Yes.
the day, when I lived in LA, it was during the years where Kobe Bryant and Shaq played together. So I became a big Laker fan during those years, and I remember going to all of the championship like parades and doing all that stuff. I was I still am a big Kobe Bryant fan. So, and Kobe Bryant is one of my best players ever of all time,
Really?
ever.
I was gonna ask you that. Who's your best center ever?
Center, ooh, that's a tough one. There's so many. It's so many good ones. I'd probably say, ooh, that's a hard one. Best center, Wilt Chamberlain.
Make a decision. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Your best power forward.
Best power forward.
Yes.
Probably. I think Rasheed Wallace was a power forward. He was a
Who?
forward though. Rasheed Wallace.
Forward. I don't know if he was power because I was a big
He was a
basketball
forward.
fan.
Yeah, that's my guy
I
though.
was
Rasheed
okay.
Wallace, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Either him or Ben Wallace. Either
Oh,
one. Take your
really?
pick. Yeah, those are my
A favorite
guys right there.
quarterback
Favorite quarterback ever?
ever of all time.
Of all time, my favorite quarterback, probably Tom Brady.
Favorite running back.
Tom Brady, University of Michigan. Favorite running back, Barry Sanders.
Really?
Absolutely. Without question. Without question. Yeah,
Boy.
he's playing.
Why? Why him? Why?
Why? He's the best ever. I mean, what do you mean? Why?
Do you
The
follow
best running back of
baseball?
all time.
You follow baseball?
A little bit more. The older I get, I'm better at it. But go ahead.
Favorite pitcher?
Shit. Yeah, you got me on that one. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know who my favorite pitcher would be. It was a pitcher that pitched for. I got to go back to that. For okay, no, you know who used to be sweet
Who?
that I used to like when I was younger. I think he used to pitch for the A's. He used to pitch 100 mile an hour pitches.
I don't know. I don't
With
know.
his name, he's pitched for a few people. He was bad. He had the long hair. Oh man, Nolan Ryan.
I don't know. You know him, John?
Is that his name?
I don't know.
Nolan Ryan.
My fault. I was.
That's okay, baby.
He had the long hair. He had the shag like curly hair.
Yeah. This is a segment before we
He was
segue
a hell of a
to
pitcher.
a little bit more Detroit. But this is what we call Howie's trivia. Favorite R&B female singer that's not living.
That's not living.
Yes.
Oh God.
Howie's trivia, y'all.
Tina Marie.
Okay.
That's
Living.
my baby right there.
Favorite R&B singer living. Female.
Living. Ooh.
You would
Alicia-
spend money to go buy a
Ali-
ticket to go see her. You would buy a ticket.
Alicia Keys.
Really? Okay. Male that's living.
R&B.
Yes, R&B.
It's a lot of them. Solo.
Solo.
Ooh.
Who's solo?
I'm saying you saying solo artist or
Oh,
group?
a solo artist.
Yeah.
You said somebody that nigga named Solo.
No. It's a comedian named Solo, but
You
no.
didn't like Stevie Wonder, you know. That's just
Yeah.
my favorite, huh?
That he might be up there at the top. I don't know anybody else living that I
Thank
would
you.
want. Yeah. That I would want to see other than Stevie. Stevie Wonder. I'll take that.
Okay, deceased. Favorite male singer deceased.
Marvin Gaye.
That's mine too, nigga. That's
Yep.
mine too.
Marvin
Okay,
Gaye.
a celebrity crush you have.
A celebrity crush.
Yes.
Oh shit.
If you could, if you given a pass to have sex with a celebrity, who would it be? If she gave you a pass, your wife said you can have a pass.
Fantasia.
Really?
I love me some Fantasia.
She's very sexy.
She's very sexy. She is incredibly sexy, and she got a lot of sexual shit that Scorpios look at. She got them lips and that dumbass talk. I swear to God, and that body.
Fantasia.
I love everything. I love everything about her.
And her voice. Now her voice makes me moist. No Queen Latifah, but Fantasia is one of my top favorite. Yes, she is. Okay.
Her voice is incredible. And you know what? She's actually
Yes.
one of my favorite singers living too. So I can't,
Me too.
you know what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard.
Favorite R&B group?
Of all time?
Yeah, I'm saying the OJs. Who you got?
Of all time?
All time, nigga. All time.
Damn, you asked some hard questions.
That's not hard.
Yeah, it is. New Edition.
No, you don't mean that.
I do mean that. I do mean that.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I do mean that. You want to tell you why?
Earth, Wind, and Fire. You pick
No,
no shade, but really,
Earth, Wind, and Fire was more like a epic band. So that okay, but a group, I wouldn't put. I would say when you say groups like Boys the Men, you know,
okay.
or Temptations.
You put them over the Whispers.
Who?
New Edition over the Whispers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You picked them over Mint Condition?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because
On those?
you got to remember this about New Edition. They had so
What?
many other elements come out of that. That Bell Biv DeVoe came out of that. That RMFB, whatever they had, that Ricky Bobby, Bobby Ricky Mike came out of that.
You can't even say it.
They
You see?
they do something because of my words are getting twisted. But they do they have became they're iconic, and I'm telling you, and they're still alive. They iconic. They still perform,
I
and
love them, but
they have music that have lasted generations. So you cannot take that away from New Edition.
I love New Edition. Lord knows
And
I
I ain't
do.
mad at the Isley Brothers and the
Yes.
Whisper and the
Yes.
Whispers, but you know I don't know.
I know what I do know. We ain't gonna talk about the New Edition no more. Yo, Howie, I'm so honored that you took time with me.
I'm on.
I really, really am. I have not. I only came to Detroit once, and I was at the airport. I've never been in the city.
Okay.
I had a layover for 6 hours, but I would love to come to Detroit and do something with you.
Well, you always
Well, you know,
welcome.
I've been with you in Brooklyn, but to come
Yeah,
to Detroit would be wonderful.
you always welcome. You know that.
I'm going to
You
come when it's
good.
warm.
You good. Oh well, Detroit is beautiful year round.
No, it's what?
Even when it's cold, baby. That's when
No,
we out
no,
here.
no, no, no. Wait, hold on a second. Let me ask. Somebody else is here from Detroit. Is Corey here? Corey Sherrill. He's from Detroit.
He's in there audio. Corey, you want to cam up?
You know him, Howie?
Of course, I know Corey.
Yeah, what
Corey,
up,
this
though?
is Howie. Howie, this is Corey.
How you gonna introduce me to a nigga I know?
How do you know Corey, Howie?
So Corey now for some years now. I remember when I think we first met in Vegas. Did we first meet in Vegas, Corey?
Yeah.
At the award show. Yeah.
Tina, I
Yeah.
was with Tina Graham.
Yep. With Tina Graham. Yep. That's the first time we met in Vegas at the AHA Awards.
Yeah.
So, Corey, when was the first time you saw Howie on stage? Do you remember seeing him on stage before you even met him, right?
Yeah, I know his joke. He got that joke.
Which joke?
He got one of the best jokes of all time.
Is it my favorite? Like,
One of the best jokes
Father,
of all
may I
time. Like any
partake of a
comedian.
Snickers bar?
The reason why I say this is one of the best jokes of all time because for a comedian especially, because it taps you into how you can make one joke and it's so universal and people can relate. So it's a real observational joke. And it's talking about when his grandma was talking about them be coming in and out of this house. That's probably one of the funniest shit. Cause everybody can relate to that. Don't be coming. I don't even want to it's so great that you don't even mimic it. You just say it, what he said. You don't even try to do that.
I
But
appreciate that, bro. I
oh
appreciate
man,
that, man. I
that
appreciate
makes
that.
me, hey bro, if I ever had like a huge stage, them like some of the jokes that come to your head when you thinking about when you about to
Right.
perform because it's so real to get you in that mode. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? To be
Yeah.
real transparent and vulnerable to the crowd. Like that was
Yeah.
a real moment.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And it's funny, man, that people talk about that joke. And but it was one of those times. It was one of those jokes that I'd already been working on before I brought it to television. And when I got it to TV, I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I did it, and it worked.
Oh, man.
And that was just one of them times, man. I had to just trust and believe in my material. Because I had already kind of been, like I said, been working on it. You know what I'm saying? But it
Smiling right
hadn't been
now
that
thinking about
long. But yeah, it hadn't been that long. But I've been working on it. Yeah.
You know, my favorite joke that he does is when he.
I think you froze, sis. You might have froze on us.
Yeah, I think she
No,
did.
I had my
Maybe
share. I
someone might
had
be
my
trying to
share.
call him. I'm not sure.
I had my share of technical difficulties.
It's bound to happen.
Corey, you family, man. So take over the interview till Gina come back, man.
What's up, y'all? As y'all can see right now, Gina is having some technical difficulties right now. We gonna go ahead and make sure that we have somebody. Can somebody please make sure they reach out to the Obama administration with her Obama phone? It's a little acting up a little bit. Howie, man, it was really good to see this part of you, man. I
Yeah,
watched the
bro.
whole interview, man. It was really, and one thing you did get right though, brother. It was gonna be niggas that was like, man, I hope he mentioned me. I was over here like, nigga,
Yeah, man.
coming
Like,
in and
yeah.
out like, no,
And that, and,
man.
that, and it's like you don't try to do not mention that. You know,
No,
people.
no,
You know
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying?
That was
But
funny.
because that's a tough question when they be like, "What's your top three?" It's like, oh, come on. You know what I'm saying? Because I
No, it
love
is. It
all
is.
kind of comedians. You know what I'm saying?
It
Younger,
is.
yourself. Older. Like Earthquake, one of my favorite comedians. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, I got so many. Marshall Brandon is one of my favorite
Oh man, I
comedians.
love Marshall. Love
I mean,
Marshall.
it list goes on and on. Brooklyn Mike, Mike Troy, is one of my favorite comedians. And it just
Hey, I love when I see Kenny Wu too. Kenny Wu.
Kenny Wu,
I
yeah,
love
man,
when I experience just being in a room with a Kenny Wu, Zoom in, like seeing you
absolutely,
guys. Man, seeing you guys, man, it's so inspired, man. But to
yeah,
hear your story, your journey,
yeah,
man, that is incredible, bro. Even
yeah.
I don't know if you ever turned that into a joke about y'all making a decision who y'all was gonna go with, man. But that's hilarious, bro. I was over here like that was funny than a mug right there.
Right. Yeah, man,
My
we
father,
we
I
didn't
wonder if
know.
he was happy about that though. If he was like, "Yeah, good looking, y'all.
You
Hey, my
know
wife
what?
back.
My
My
father was
back."
like, he kind of moved on, bro. He was like, hey, all right. Y'all left, and then that nigga became a big dope boy too. He would start. Nigga, I remember we going back over to the house. He'd give us money. Hey, y'all go to Oakland Mall, man. If anybody don't know Oakland Malls
Oh yeah,
out there in
yeah,
the
yeah.
suburb, you had to catch the bus from where I lived at John
Okay.
R. Bus. He'd be like, hey, he give you some money, hey man. Don't come back for a few hours. And they be over there kicking it, having fun. He was my daddy was a street dude, so he got real hardcore when we left. You know what
Dang.
I'm saying? So yeah,
Kids
yeah.
will slow you down, man. I got two daughters, man. My oldest daughter, she's actually she's on the national champ team in Detroit
Okay,
right now, man. So I'm super, super proud of her. Whatever, man. Oop, oop, look,
okay.
that Detroit
All right.
national champion, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
nice, nice,
yeah,
nice.
she's doing her thing for dance and cheer, man. So I think I was hearing her talk about how passionate we are. We real passionate about our sports, though, for
That's
real.
funny because my
Because we really
daughter,
land like that.
yeah, because my daughter just I took her to her dance competition yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
funny. Yeah, Osawa, Michigan or something like that. Osawa, something like that.
okay.
It's about an
Yeah,
hour and a half away
Kaylee
from
out right
me.
now. She had she sprung her wrist, man. But she's 11. She's super dope, dude. And it
Nice.
crazy though, watching your daughters, cause they be real more in tune with it, right? They
Yeah.
be having a boy and girls. There's two different mentalities with sports,
You
man.
know what,
Yours really
man?
unique.
Because they're into the girl. They girls. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. We don't look at it. They girls, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're into their own strand of things, man. That's what I love about black women in general, though.
Yes, man. It's amazing.
Because they stick to what they doing and they gonna do it. Now we all got our faults. They do and we as well. But I tell you this though. You know what I'm saying? They know how to get it and they know how to stick to it.
Yeah, it's
You know
amazing
what I'm
watching. I guess
saying?
when I'm also saying is, it's amazing watching a young woman's drive.
Yeah.
Like, and it's your child,
Yeah.
like you watch, because my daughter was like, and it costs you money. She's like, Dad, I want to be the best flipper. I'm like, you deserve to be the best flipper.
Hey
She
man, let
said,
me
we
hit
have to
let
do it
me
the safe way though. This map right
I'm
here costs $387.
gonna hit this blood on that one.
Oh man.
You talk about money.
Oh man. And he said, you talk about money.
Can y'all see me?
Of course.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe God wanted me to get out the way for a minute. Um,
Church unusual.
that's right. That's what happens. Sometimes the preacher just leaves and has to use the bathroom or something. But thank
Mm-hmm.
God I had to use the bathroom. It was perfect. Yo, Corey, let me ask you a question. Um,
Yes.
I was gonna say my favorite joke from him, and I don't know if you heard it before. You probably have, but he does a joke where he begins to do a scenario with him and his son, how proper his son is,
I love that.
and his son is asking him for a Snickers bar. Father, may I partake of a Snickers bar? Yo,
I love when he does it.
Oh
It's
my
the breath
God.
that he takes before he get ready to say it. That's what
Oh
has me
man.
down. So it's how you want to breathe. You do this, like, man, when you do that, that right there is probably one of the funniest. Yeah, that's like top. That's top classics.
Thank you, man.
You can't duplicate it too. You can't duplicate it. It's his story. You can't
So
duplicate
so let me ask you something,
it.
Howie. And how long you been doing comedy, Corey?
7 years, and 1 month now.
Okay, 7 years. And are you at 30 years, Howie?
30 years.
30 years.
This November.
What would you tell him to do?
Who?
Him, Corey.
Corey?
Yeah.
I've seen Corey several times. He know what to do.
Okay.
Corey is his stage presence is there. I think sometimes Corey got a little angry. I think the last time I seen you got a little angry. But don't get angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care fuck what they talking about, man. Just do your shit. You know what I'm saying? And do what you need to stick to. Because once you do that, get emotional, then they feel like they smell blood. You know what I'm saying? So stick to your guns, man. But Corey is a funny guy. And I tell people all the time, stick to your who you know who you are.
Thank you.
Because nobody can be who you are. Be who
That's
you
real.
are. You know what I'm saying? Your humor gonna come through. Eventually your humor gonna come through. You just gotta be who you are. And I tell that to all comedians.
As just a regular old school lady, I often tell people when it comes to social media, sometimes people get caught up and emotionally driven by comments.
Yeah.
And when you let people think from the outside affect the inside,
Mm-hmm.
they won.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if somebody's stepping on my toe. If I'm at a space where I can't let you see that, I might be in pain, but you ain't gonna see that shit. No, 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 sir, no, sir. If a person knows how to push that button, they'll keep their finger on that button. You just got to move your buttons. You feel me?
And keep working. And keep doing it and keep bombing and keep going up because there ain't no way you're gonna get better. You gotta keep hitting them microphones, baby.
You
That's all
have
you
to
can do.
bomb. You got to bomb.
Well, I think it comes with the territory.
Oh,
You're
see,
not gonna always do good,
that's why I couldn't be no comedian.
but you want to increase your percentages though. It's like playing basketball. You're gonna miss a shot or two, but you want to, you know what I'm saying? You still want to keep your percentages high, your field goal percentage.
If somebody bombed me and I was a comedian, I would start talking about them right then. I could. I'm too sensitive. I couldn't take that. If
You know
I'm
what a
doing it
bomb
for a
is, right?
job,
You know what a bomb is, right?
when people don't laugh,
Yeah, so you can't. If you ain't funny, you ain't funny. It ain't the moment that they're quiet listening. It's the moment that you trying to make them have of your experience. It's not about because like you can watch Dave Chappelle or some of the funniest people, even Seinfeld. It's not because they have this hilarious moment. They have a build up. You leave with something. So you're not even capable to lead the people with nothing. Then you got a nerve to tell some jokes and we ain't even amused by shit you saying. That's on you.
no, there are some people who don't have no content, but they're just naturally funny. Some people are like that. I'm not naming no
True.
names, but some people are like that. They're just naturally funny. And then there are people who can tell a story and provoke me to think. But on the inside, I'm laughing. Like I hear some comedians, they hear a joke and they go, "That's hilarious." They don't even look like they're laughing, but they say, "Yo, hilarious." But they're laughing on the inside. You
Yeah,
do it all
I
the
comedy
laugh.
time.
is
I actually laugh.
comedy is it's interesting because it's a human emotion, laughter, and so it's hard to bring that out of people all at one time and make them do it harmoniously, and that's what makes you have a good show as a comic. So you just got to figure out how to do that. That's all. You know what I'm saying? It's like tempos, like music and all that kind of stuff. You got to create your tempo. You got to build. You got to have crescendos and all that kind of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just an art form to it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it.
He's talking to you, Corey.
I'm talking to everybody, the
I'm not no
world.
comedian.
I'm talking to the world.
Oh,
I ain't talking to Corey.
I
Yeah.
thought you was. I thought you was
Yeah, no, no,
doing
I'm talking. I'm
a
speaking in
mentorship
general. Yeah,
moment.
no, I'm speaking in general. Yeah, yeah.
everything he's saying is factual though. I think
Mm-hmm.
even and let me say this right.
Yes.
Um, it's interesting when I watch guys like Howie. They have something that is deeper than some of you have something that's deeper than just the repetition that you will gain in the craft. Because your premise, where you can take a person, is really interesting. What you make people laugh about, you know, is it offensive? Is it about you? Like where the element you come up on there? So like, it's a real thing. I'm new, so where my moments now I'm just trying to capture my moments so everybody can see my moments. So like I just did my
Mm-hmm.
comedy special, 47 minutes straight. And I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Thomas Ward shot it. You know what
He
I'm
told me.
saying?
He told me.
So like the work,
Mm-hmm.
the work is really you right. You can't lose your cool. You can't lose your cool, but you know, like that's the blessing of having like brothers that see you and you don't know that they see you.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mentality at that moment is I'm not gonna argue with nobody online, but I'll tell you how I feel to your face once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we leave it at that. Because and then but what I'm learning now in LA is that right there is still a point of I need validation, and I don't even want that to even appear so. I don't even care
Wow.
anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
That was
Mm-hmm.
that
beautiful.
can be looked at that, even though that's not what I. Because sometimes when you're a man, you taught how to respond based off what you went through. Right? I'm a new artist, so I'm learning also the curves out here of like what what is going on. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you, Howard. I just want to say thanks for that.
Oh
Yes.
man. Man,
I was quiet like, yup, I was listening, but I heard you. Facts,
yeah.
Yeah,
facts.
I'm gonna say thank you, Howie, because it's
All
been an
love.
hour, and I know he
All
gave us
good.
his time, and I know you got chicken and collard greens,
Ooh.
and what else?
Baked barbecue chicken I'm working on
Uh-huh.
right now. Collard greens with the smoked turkey tails and some dressing.
Oh wow, I think I might make that for my mother today. She would love that.
That sounds good.
Howie, thank you so much. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Man,
Anything?
I want to say I love you. I love Corey Sherrill, man. I love you, brother, man. You gonna be okay, bro. You all right, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been cool since we met, dog. And man, nothing but the best for you, bro. You good? You gonna be good. But thank you too, Gina, man. I appreciate you letting me share the platform with you today. Miss Fletcher, you've been incredible. You've been helping me promote my show, and I got to say it one more time to all my people in New York.
Yes.
You got to come to Smack Village, which is the only black owned dispensary in New York, New York. And we do a comedy show there once a month called Howie Bell and Friends.
It's dope.
And I guarantee you it's incredible. You want to be there, 144 Bleecker Street, right there in the village. It's an incredible show. You want to come? I'm hosting and I bring the best comedians. Trust me when I tell you the best comedians that's out there right now. So that's what it is, man. I just wanted to tell y'all that, and I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna be with Tracy Spencer in Detroit. If y'all know Tracy Spencer, man, incredible R&B artist. She got super dumb hits that are classics. If you don't know, we'll be there at One Mic Detroit this Thursday, the 20th. Tracy Spencer. You
And
know what I'm saying?
what's the date on the New York the New York show?
The New York joint is March 29th. March 29th. That's a Saturday, March 29th, man.
It's like
144 Bleecker Street.
the last Saturday of every month.
Well, the last couple months, this is only the third month. So the last couple months we did on the Friday. So this is the first time we're doing the last Saturday. So it may be a Friday or a Saturday. We're just gonna kind of play that by ear. We only 3 months in, so we're gonna see what's happening.
All right,
Yeah.
they got a website where we can always check them schedules out.
Yeah, you can always go to smackvillage.com or bleekerstreet.com. And you can always buy tickets, look at their information. Of course, they got websites and all that stuff. And I mean, not the websites, but the IGs and the Facebook and all that. So you got to go to smackvillage.com or 144 bleekerstreet.com. And both of those will pop up on your IG and on the websites. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
And I
Thank
just
you,
want to say
Howie.
thank you, Howie. Thank you for your time this morning, this afternoon.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate it. It's all good. I mean, it's that day, NCAA podcast with Gina Fletcher. You know what I'm talking about? What more can I ask for? A little barbecue
For some
baked chicken
food.
in this bitch. With
Thank
the
y'all.
old,
I see
hey,
you
look,
soon.
with the old this way, the Obama Biden nigga, y'all don't feel me down here. You know what I'm talking about? I've been on this right here. You know how long I had that motherfucking signing?
You got the best vibes down there, bro. All good vibes. That's your world. You
It's
still
my
in the
world
Obama
down here.
era right now down there. That's funny.
Yep, absolutely.
That's funny.
Absolutely.
I
Love
All right,
y'all,
brother.
appreciate
man.
you.
I appreciate
That
you.
motherfucker
I
said you got
appreciate y'all for
Obama.
real
He
though.
got you.
This has been real. This has been informative, and I'm glad I was able to express myself. So thank you. I appreciate it.
And let your friends know that John Logic is a producer. He is
No logic,
available,
no
and
doubt.
he knows how to, all the. I have different segments that you'll see the visual, the audio, the setup, the pre-production. John Logic is responsible for that. So if
And
you have
John
anybody that
Logic,
needs him,
man, I appreciate you and your professionalism. I peeped you out.
Thank you,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you. I really
Yes, sir,
appreciate it.
brother. Yeah, yeah. You made me adjust. I had to put a credit card behind my phone. Let me make sure this shit is right here. This thing is on my ass. Yeah, we didn't even do it. We didn't even have a pre-production meeting. Wait a minute. That's how I know you on point. I was like, okay, this nigga on point. Let me get my shit together. I had to
That's
move a
funny.
coat. I had a coat in the back. Let me move the coat out the back.
Right.
I appreciate that, man. Oh,
Production.
in your
No,
film,
no doubt, man.
by the way, while we on this topic of production, real quick, the film that you got coming out, the one you say you're proud of, is a holiday film. It's coming out basically around the holidays, correct?
Yes,
Did,
absolutely,
did it
absolutely.
did it do its festival year yet?
You know what? We just shot it the end of this past December.
Okay.
So I just shot it. So now we into, I don't know, they probably still editing, doing whatever they're doing. I'm not sure what's going on, what's going on in post.
All right.
But I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, it's called Unexpected Christmas again.
Yep.
And I think that little shouts out to Lil Real Howie because he put me down.
oh well.
And he tied me in, man. And the cast is amazing. And it's star studded, man. I was the low man on the totem pole, but I felt like I held my ground. And and the character I have is not just I'm not just making an appearance. I'm all of my characters through the through line of the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
so that really is I really got to thank him, for that, and everybody, man, and the whole production and cast and everything, man. I really, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what's to come.
Salute to
Yeah.
them. I asked
Yeah.
because there's two film festivals I'm part of, and they
Okay.
actually going to be at the end of the year. So they in submissions between now and a few months from now. So I'm gonna
Okay.
send my information via Gina, and I hope that y'all would submit and consider us.
Okay. Well, shit, I'll pass the information along for sure.
Appreciate
You
that.
know, like I said, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? That what's going on, but I could definitely send it to Rev.
All right, appreciate that, brother.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, that ain't nothing, man. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Do you sing?
Do I sing?
Yes.
I try to sometimes.
Yes,
On
I know
my
you do. So before you go, this is church unusual. Before you go, just a little Amazing Grace, just a little bit.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You want me to sing an old Negro spiritual?
Sing an old Negro slave spiritual.
You want me to sing a slave? Amazing Grace. You want me to put some motherfucking shackles on, nigga?
Yes, yes, yes.
How
It's favorite.
sweet the sound. Nigga, should I lift the bell or hey when I'm doing that? That saved a wretch like me. That's how the old women from the church sing it. Like me. I was Lord.
Woo!
But now I'm found.
Hey,
Woo,
bro.
hallelujah.
I'm gone,
I'm
man. Y'all
sweating,
killing
man.
me. I'm
You
about
got
to
me
go
over here
back and hey,
sweating,
look,
bro.
I gotta go talk to Massa now. Make sure I got
God damn, bro.
the goddamn greens ready.
Okay, wait, Howie. Before you go, Howie, may I please sing my song to you? It's very
Go ahead,
short.
baby.
It
Sing
goes
it.
a little bit like this, Howie.
Yeah.
God. Mhm. That's it, Howie.
That's it. Short and sweet. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Here's the benediction. Let's go. Church is
Um,
over.
Goodbye, visiting pastor. That's a visiting pastor, Pastor Howie Bell from Detroit.
Pass the bell.
He said he
I
only
just
had an
ain't. I
hour.
ain't got my orange juice and no water and nothing.
I can't.
A towel. I ain't got shit. God
Oh,
damn.
oh,
Love y'all. Incredible.
Thank you.
Until next time.
That's a visiting pastor, Howie Bell, from Detroit, from the man cave.
Gone. I'm
Oh
out.
my goodness, Lord, we thank you for that. So as we segue to the afternoon service, ordinary people, we have a youth pastor who's visiting. He's all the way from Detroit, but yet he has stopped over in Los Angeles to fulfill some Hollywood dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, ordinary people, I give you Corey Sherrill, extraordinary person.
Hey, Corey, fix your camera just a little bit too, bro.
Right there.
Ooh, he sang Amazing Grace.
That was beautiful.
He sang the shit out of that song, didn't he? In the
Woo,
name
I
of
feel
Jesus.
sanctified.
He come to the shut
Straight in the background.
up.
All right, is that good?
Nah, it's crooked. It's crooked in the background. You see it.
We got to
Yeah.
bring him on with the spirit of the
That's it.
Lord.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, sister.
All right.
Mr. Ray. Yeah.
Let's.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Los Angeles, Corey. Ladies and gentlemen, this was our initial streetwalker, street journalist. He has escalated to an actor, a model, comedian. But do you see the soundtrack we would have had you been our streetwalker? We got to change the name and do somebody else.
Look at that.
And everybody knows you were the best, Corey, when you was on the street, like a
Yeah,
hoe.
I know. It's like home.
You know, you should do. You maybe should film something at night and just submit that. We can show that
I would love to do that.
because you're a good streetwalker.
I would love to do that.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Can we do that, Josh?
I said that. That's
Josh,
what
can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, if you film some shit at night when you're really in the street, or when you take your walks, you know, sometime during the day,
like
and
just report it like home. I got a week to do.
Okay.
That's better.
So Corey is our in-house streetwalker, street journalist, a news journalist in the streets of Los Angeles or wherever you are. I appreciate you for being here. I'm glad you took the time to get prepared because you're a prep guy. You get prepared for everything.
Yes.
I've lived with you. I've been in the bed with you in a non-sexual way. You're amazing.
Wait, Gina, can I interrupt? And
Yeah.
he held it down when we had the technical issues earlier. So salute to Corey for holding it down for us.
He knows how to fit right in.
For sure.
He fits right in. He's like a screw. He can fit right in anywhere. You know, he's like a chameleon. His body's very flexible too, for those who want to know. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Corey Sherrill, comedian, actor, model, a nice young man. He's a Cancer Leo. He's a father. He is 6'5". He is extremely concerned about how he carries himself around human beings. He takes care of his face. He's a person that introduced me to facials. Picture that. His bathroom was full of all kind of stuff for his beard, for his eyebrows, just everything. Meticulous. Smells great too. Corey Sherrill, how are you, honey?
Wonderful. I feel very inspired. This has been a great show. I love how I've been treated today. The shout out to your team for giving me follow up emails to make sure that I was here, and also just I'm here with a dope staff like this, the family, but also I'm here as a guest, so it feels good to get that experience and stuff and watch Howie Bell. This has been great. That's legendary. You just stamped something in my history. So I'm starting to learn a lot about you, Miss Gina Flex. You know how to stamp a brother because that just you just like gave more space in my heart. You got me on here with Howie Bell. That just was like I was like, and I look up to that brother. You don't even know our relationship. We met in Vegas. I didn't even tell you none of that, and I knew this, but I just was like wow, full circle. So thank you. I'm doing okay today. Really great.
It's beautiful, nephew.
Yeah,
You know, Auntie is your Gina is the alley oop
Yeah, she is.
queen. And if I were gay,
I
I'm
told her
just saying.
she's so kind. She's so kind, man. She exudes this what you do when you think about people. You try to see how you can impact them in whatever ways, even with just asking them questions. So she's just that person. So it's great. This is who she is, and that I have someone like her. So I know we all know that. The tribe. I know y'all in this mug. The tribe is here. They just listening. So I love it. But how are you, Auntie Gina?
man, she froze again, bro.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think she got to delete some shit off her phone. She sent me a screenshot last night. Her phone wanted to update, but she couldn't.
Uh,
Too much stuff on her phone. She records so much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, we got to get her a hard drive. New said we here. We know you here.
new. They here. They here.
Oh, look at you, Corey. Hey, family. Hey, village. All are live.
Oh, you know what? Introduce this Corey. This is old though. This is nothing on what Corey got going on now, right? But
Yeah, it's. Oh, I would have sent you a clip too. I would have sent you a clip.
yeah, well, where is it? What other special?
Yeah, I would have sent you a clip of the special. I got one on my phone right now. I got one on my phone right now. You want me to send it to you right now?
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to your Instagram right now because it's only 50. It's only 46 seconds. How about that?
All right, that's a bet.
Something you can.
Thank you for doing that, Corey.
Oh man, I'm glad I looked at my phone. I'm on 1%, and I got my charger right here. Look at that. I gotta hurry the fuck up. This one. Ooh, 7.
Wait,
Sure.
Corey, I got a different page I want you to send it to. That goes straight to my desktop. You heard?
Okay, so what is it?
Chicken underscore and underscore beef underscore TV.
Chicken
Yeah, it's chicken and beef with underscores in between all of them.
underscore and
Yeah, underscore and beef underscore TV. I'm gonna send you a message too.
uh, I just said I just send you. I'm sending you a video right now. I mean, I'm sending you.
That's
I
a
hope
bet.
Oh, I got it 40.
I'm gonna play this clip from Corey. It's old, you know what I'm saying? But we're
Oh,
gonna
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is way better. This is way better this is way better. This is something fresh, current brand.
you don't play the older one? I won't. If you,
No, I don't.
all right, all
I
right,
just and I just and I just and I just added you
all right, bet.
just because it's new. That's
Nah, yeah,
old.
yeah, nah, and we can. There we
I
go.
know you is. I had a moment in there, but this is
Yep.
old. This is new.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we get you.
Yes,
Hi. No, they're doing some work in my complex with the cable, and it's affecting everybody. It's not just me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But the
I told him it
internet.
was the update that your phone wanted to do.
Excuse me, baby.
I told him it was the update that your phone wanted to do.
You know, and that might be it too. But two people in the building said that their cable just went out. The other girl said her internet just went out. But it could be the same thing because I cleared my phone like you taught me. I'm sorry, Corey. It's not my fault.
It's okay.
Good.
So we're talking about your special that you just did, right?
Not yet. I'm trying to fix my phone.
Okay, but let me. I'm going to go back for a minute if I can. Um, you are 38 years old, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You were born in Detroit.
Yeah.
And what was going on in high school? What was happening?
Um. What do you mean?
Where were you living? Who were you living with in high school?
All right. Is that good, Josh?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Hold on 1 second. I gotta wipe this camera. I was moving around trying to do something for him. Hold on.
Yeah.
He's showing us his nice outfit.
We got a clip too, like a little almost a minute clip of special.
Does he want to show it?
Yeah, he sent
No,
it to
here.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I sent him a exclusive little clip.
All right, let's do that while he gets camera together.
All right, there we go.
Brother's like, I'm a logical dater. Remember I said that. So when I'm so logical that I know, like, like a lot of ladies, y'all be wanting men to get it right the first time when we hit you. Y'all do, but we just met y'all. But when you run into a brother like me, 6'4", a brother like me, I know what to do. I'm in tune with my ancestors. I am. I got it right now. Like, do y'all carry? Who got stones in here? Y'all got stones? Y'all don't have no stones or nothing like that? Y'all don't do that? I keep a stone with me to make sure my penis is in line with my chakra. So if I approach you, it's divine. It's divine. Brother's like, I'm a logical dater. Remember I said that. So when I'm so logical that I know.
All right, I'm back. All right, there we go.
Thank you, son, for giving us a sneak peek.
A little sneak peek. Me talking some of my logic.
Well, you know what I mean when the special actually comes out. So
Yes.
let's go back before high school, like I was asking Howie.
Okay.
At 10 years old, where were you and who were you living with at 10? Just
I
little
was with my
background.
I was with my grandmother.
And which state?
Detroit,
Okay.
West Side, 7 Mile, Illinois area.
Where was mommy and daddy?
My mother wasn't around. She had a drug addiction. I didn't know who my father was.
Okay.
Well, the guy at the time who I thought was my father, he just was like kind of in and out, like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know who my father was.
So when you got to high school, who were you living with?
I lived with my high school teammate, Majib Hill. His mom, Rose Hill, she took me in. And it was a better environment because I was around my basketball teammate, my best friend. She had this big, huge crib. She was a school teacher. And so I lived with them during my high school years.
And where did you want to be out of high school?
I wanted to go to the NBA.
And really?
Yeah, I was really good at basketball.
After high school, what happened?
Huh?
After high school, did you
I
get
did a
work? Did you
stint.
go to
Oh, I
college?
did a stint. No. So I did a stint of prison time. Did 7 years in prison, and then, huh?
At what age?
17. I was just turned 17.
How you feel talking about this?
Oh no,
Like,
I'm cool about it. It's just like so much. I'm on. I've talked about it so much, but I forgot I've never talked about it like on your platform. So I've talked about it so much. It's not.
uh,
I don't mind.
at 17, what was going on?
Um, I was just. I feel like I was just loyal, street smart. Like I was listening to, of course I wouldn't change anything. Like I believe in, the no snitching thing. You shouldn't be around environments to put yourself in a position to make a decision on what you should do with your, if you should say something or if you should cooperate or not. So um I've matured from that tremendously. Like it's a part of I knew I was gonna be something big when I was in prison because I took brothers and I built them in there. So I was like a real huge influence inside that experience. Like it was like I changed a lot of lives in there. Like, and even the songs that I'm doing for my comedy special, I brought a brother that his name is Devin. He just had a son, and when I was 20, he was 18, and I looked out for him. He could rap. I had my own rap group in there. We would battle people for money, food, like, and I would do like little concert shows. Like I was in charge of all that. And so to have brothers watch my journey from that experience, that's still like there's guys that hit me from prison. I don't know how they be saying it. They be like, hey, we see you. Like my homie, like people, lifers, hit me all the time. And they're like, we see you, bro. You one of the real ones. So I'm like, it's a lot of accountability, but it's not that I'm shying away from it. I haven't talked about it probably in a while. Like, like outside in a while. And I'm not
We
against
don't
it.
have to talk. We don't have to talk
But I'm
about it,
not
though, if you
against it.
don't
But
want
I
to.
wanted to identify what you did feel something, but it's like, oh shit, I haven't really talked about that in a while. I'm always talking about like creative stuff. So, but my creativity did come from that experience. I like 100%. I was funny in school. People tell you I was the one that's beat. Like I was beat. I used to beat on the table in school, and some of the guys that I used to make beats for on the table became like famous rappers and out of Michigan, like Oberolin, like and just different creative some of my creative friends, they were like, bro, we knew you would do comedy. We looking now how you were then, how you was just happy and you used to like to make people laugh all the time. So um
Well, son, I'm asking you
right.
that because when I heard you say some time ago that you did 7 years in prison,
Hmm.
I naturally have a stereotype, or I can kind of feel prison nigga energy. I can. I can feel it. I can tell it. I've been around. I worked in jails. I've been around with like niggas that went to prison. I actually preferred men who've done time, for some reason. But I never felt that energy from you. It doesn't even sometimes match. And I don't like to say that there's a stereotype, but there is. Um, uh, being criminal minded, criminal like minded. However, you don't appear to. I wouldn't have known that from your story. I would not
Right,
have
right,
assumed
right.
that you did 7 years, because 7 years is a long time to be in
Very long
jail,
time.
especially as a teenager.
Yeah. It was a very long time. It was very tough. It was crazy. Some of the guys that I was training with playing basketball, like Joe Crawford, he ended up going to the University of Michigan. So I remember being in my cell, and it was hard to watch these guys because I was just playing basketball with them.
Yeah,
And they're at, Kentucky, Michigan State, like all my friends, the dude that I live with, he ended up going to Notre Dame. I was a point guard, so just to not really develop into that craft. In prison, I put 62 points up in the game, and so like just to like for that to never dunking on people 6'10" and shit, never ever be able to. I thought I was Kobe, never
that
been
hurt.
able to.
That hurt, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one of my breaks my heart.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I understand that.
yeah, that breaks my
I
heart for
understand
real.
that feeling.
I can't never relive that.
So at 17, a dream deferred. You can't play ball anymore.
I thought I could get out. Everybody thought I was. If you talk to people, it's a couple of podcasts I've done. Like, if you talk to people that know me and everybody, we thought he was gonna, and it was giving me anxiety. I went through something from that.
Did you think you would do 7 years all that time?
Well, yeah, I knew I had to do it. They were serious.
What was the charge? What was the charge?
I had a conspiracy charge to assault, you know, drug running, running a drug operation. Like I had a whole robbery. It was like a whole different, all kind of charges, you know. And so I was the youngest that was charged in this.
How much time you think you should have done
Um,
with the way you were living?
Honestly,
No, dishonestly, nigga. What?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that because in that moment, when you a black kid in that situation, you don't have any support. You really just you kind of lose your mind. So I don't even know how to. I can answer it like cognitively, but like at that time, like how much time should I have got? Like I just wished I wasn't involved in that. That's the truthful statement. I wish I had something different going on. So it's not amount of time. I don't think I've heard of young men who made bad decisions and they got a program called YIDA. YIDA is a youth act where they put you on probation for 5 years. You
Mm.
know, there's all kind of different things. I know that when I was 14, I had caught attempt murder charge shooting my mother boyfriend. So I don't feel like those things played into factor. But if they did, behind the scenes, who knows that they saying like, well, this kid, this ain't technically his first run in with the law. You know, like I don't know what true technicalities are. I just know that if you are a young person, because I've done motivational speaking when I came out of prison, that's the first thing I did. If you are a young person, you, if you're in a situation of heavy influence or just not feeling like you need to um, you have a safe place to go, um, it, it it can seem like it's nobody that got your back. It's crazy. You have to have to find a good alternative, and there are like go online on YouTube. Um, if you believe in something, hang around people that walk in the light that you see yourself you want to walk in, and that's the challenging part about being young. It's like you don't necessarily want to say go to a police officer or go to the fire department if you're young and you don't have a system that's proper for a kid because they're gonna throw you in the system. So survivalness is everything. Find a job, make split decisions, try to find a job. You know, go on Eventbrite, look up networking events for business, and go around people that you dream to experience what they're like. And that's the mindset when you Corey.
So
I,
Corey,
I want to
so
break away. I'm sorry. Go
that's
ahead.
okay. That's all right. So to say at a best, painful childhood. Would you say you had a painful childhood?
Yes. Confusing, very confusing. That's all. Painful and confusing,
Hmm.
I would say.
There was a hustle in you that I've noticed from the time I met you. I always thought you were running from something. Now I think you're running to something. I think that shifted. When I first met you, I really think you were trying to get away from something. I think now the trajectory has to that you're running towards something, and I think it's a positive trajectory. How do you feel about your life right now? Who
Well, my
Corey
life
is?
is well. I want to say this. It wasn't. I've been in the same space. This is who I've been. That's why I just move at a pace behind the scenes that's quicker than in front of the scenes. You know, because I ideally I'm even though I feel young. You ask me how I feel
Mhm.
young. I'm still almost a 40-year-old man. So that had 9 years lost. So sometimes I feel like I'm 31. I'm 30. I've
Mhm.
slept so much in life. Slept more than the average person. You know what I'm saying? Like just being in there
When you mean
sleep.
actual sleep?
Yeah, like
Oh,
yeah. I feel like I have. I feel like like when you're in those places, man, you sleep. Like you just zone out, but rest and work. I worked out a lot, but the point of what I'm trying to get to is I'm very happy. I wasn't running from nothing. I'm just very strategic. just strategic. This is easy, man. When you done been to the whole, when you seen the brother that's doing natural life speak some life into you, ain't nothing out here that can nobody can go through or tell me. That's why I actually argue down thoughts or mentalities of the world because I've been in prison dealing with shit of the world in there, and you can't do nothing. So out here, this is nothing. So I really don't even like glorifying it by giving it even the language that God gave us to understand what things are. That's how I am. So I'm not running. I've been, you have to, and then when you meet somebody in a new territory, LA is still new to me also. Because I've traveled. I've traveled to Atlanta. Ali Sadiq told me to travel the world. He said, you want a couple of comedian stars. It was like, you need to you want it like that? Bounce around. You're gonna learn the culture. You're gonna learn this shit for real. And so it's all been to find my voice and so I can take care of my daughters, and then so I can also build my own creative community. Like how I like to do stuff with comedy
Yeah.
court and all that stuff. So I started off in the game putting people on. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't start out in the game doing anything other than that. Like I've created about 5 or 6 comedians that are actually getting paid, working comedians that started off because I gave them an opportunity and they never did comedy a day in their life. I gave a brother I bought a brother his first acting, Wavy Crockett, his first acting classes with my money, paid for his classes. He now is on theater and on film playing the mayor of Detroit, Coleman Young. I saw something in this brother. Never did comedy a day of his life. Never acted a day of his life. And I said, I'm gonna teach you improv. And he became the star of my show. So, like I have I want you call I'm not an alpha male, I'm a paramount male. So that's what you
Oh,
saw me.
what?
A paramount male.
What's that mean? You work for Paramount?
Nah. A paramount male and job. If you could look for a definition, just to make sure
Paramount's a
I'm.
movie
No.
company, right?
I know what it is. I just wanted to, because it may be even more broader. But paramount male is a man that, like an alpha male, it's about me. I I want all the money. Elon Musk. A
No, that's
paramount
not what
male.
alpha means.
Huh? A paramount male is a man that wants to build a nation, wants to see other people be
I can't
successful.
see that. Paramount. What
Yeah,
does that mean?
My
yeah.
fault. I'll read it if you want.
Please read what Paramount
Yeah.
Man
No,
is.
it's a more
Are we
structured.
gonna hear since you
All right,
use
go
the
ahead.
word?
Yeah,
If somebody
yeah.
tell us what it means.
Okay, so it says could refer to a male or paramount importance or significance. Paramount, or it could be specific name or term related to a male figure or character in context involving the media company Paramount. That's what to a Gina
No,
said. But hold on, it's some more. Some more general meaning. Paramount means the highest importance, significance. Therefore, paramount male could simply mean a male who is considered to be of the utmost importance or authority in a particular context. In the
Look
media
up in
con-
the Urban Dictionary, man.
yeah. It's very tribal. It's a tribal word. It's a tribal mentality. Like to not want to be able to exercise being a master and a magistrate. Like like I'm able to work for Job and Job can work for me too. Alpha male is not like that. He don't believe in the community. He believes in people
That's
playing
not
him.
true. That's not
No, I'm
true.
telling you how I've been taught about. I'm not trying to
That's
debate.
not
You
what
asking me.
alpha means. Alpha
You
just means
asking me a
first. That's not
question.
what.
I could bring in a dignitary in here right now. We can have,
I'm a dignitary. What are you talking about?
but I'm saying we can have this. I'm not trying to argue a point. I'm telling you the difference between and the misconceptions of what we see
What?
of an alpha male. An alpha male is a fucking selfish motherfucker.
No, that is not
Why it's
true.
not? Why it's not?
That's not what
Why it's not?
alpha.
A
That's wait,
paramount male.
son,
A
son,
paramount male is like Gaddafi.
son.
You create no. Hold on. Listen, Gaddafi was
John, look
considered.
up the. Would you look up the
Ja,
word alpha, please? Okay,
Ja, could
let's
you look
educate
up?
the youngin,
Hold
please.
on. I'm about to educate you on something. I'm about to educate you on because I mean,
Wait. You got the dictionary for your word. Let's do it for my word.
right,
And I'd like to add something when
but I'm
there's
talking about
time.
how we use it though. How you use anything. I don't want to. That's not my journey. This is about me and my
No,
perspective.
you
All
said the
right.
definition of alpha.
No, I'm giving you an alpha. I've never met a cool alpha male. Name one. Name one.
What?
Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
Ja is a
A
Ja's an alpha
paramount
male.
male is Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Wait. Excuse me.
You'll build
Excuse me.
generational
Hello.
wealth
You
for
asked me.
generations.
You asked me. Ja's an alpha.
Generations
Ja's
of
an
alpha
alpha
males. What
male.
do we have?
Corey,
Niggas can't even fix their
Corey,
credit.
you
Where's
asked
the
me.
alpha males at?
You asked me alpha male. Ja is an alpha male.
My brother
I
Stefan
would
is an
consider
alpha
Ja
male.
Logic is an alpha male.
I would consider Ja Logic a paramount male.
You asked me. You asked me my opinion.
I would not consider that. And I don't know about
Alpha doesn't mean selfish or narcissistic. That's not what
bro.
alpha
It's a
means.
lot. It's a
Alpha
lot
means
of alpha
leader.
male. You should look into that.
Alpha just means a
Look into
leader.
that.
That's all it means. Just first.
No,
That's all.
I'm not with the alpha male.
Alpha and omega. Omega means oh, honey. Oh.
I'm more of a paramount male.
Okay.
Okay, honey.
So,
You got
Gina,
different people, different strokes. Hey, when I was a Grand Sheik, right? I had a
You
bay
were
on
what?
my name.
A
Hold
what?
on, listen. Let me finish.
No, wait. I said you were a what?
When I was a Grand Sheik, I had a bay on my name. Some people have an L. He could be a
What is a Grand Sheik?
A Grand Sheik is I was the leader of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
When? When you where? When?
When I was incarcerated.
Oh.
And so like you got different. That's why I'm arguing something that like
You don't have to argue.
No. Arguing and this is within talking, right? We're talking. I'm arguing something that I already have the beginning to the end of how I feel about my measure. That's all I'm trying to say to you.
I see that.
I'm not excluding that being called an alpha cannot have good attributes. I'm showing what I've lived through at 38 years old, and the alpha males that I know. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like niggas that's more paramount, that's more in building the community, build a hospital, build wealth for other people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so friendly. That's my spirit. That's why I can build a community and stuff. So that's my intangibles. Like I know about, I got niggas I know that's alpha. I got niggas that I think, oh man, this brother got more attributes of this. You know, so, and this is something that I learned through the studies of Oshun and Osiris and African culture and talking to archaeologists.
The Orishas.
And so really, so so this isn't something that I created on my own and saying, oh, I'm a paramount male. No, this is a real a chief over 300,000 people. I asked him, how did you manage to do something like this? I got to do this with my platform on Clubhouse and do my own research. So that's why I was happy to even say that and go against that. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying like I'm more over here.
You want to say anything, Anissa, to your nephew?
I love you.
Such a mother.
To me, alpha means leader, protector, responsible. I'll shut a nigga down. That's alpha. That's love. And I love you. And God.
Corey, how long you been in Los Angeles?
Oh wait,
hold
on. Wait, don't move on. Stay right there. So I gotta say this because you mentioned the Urban Dictionary, Gina, and I want to say y'all both right. I feel like, and I like the definition of the paramount male he was talking about. But when you go to the Urban Dictionary and look up alpha male, they mention arrogant,
which is good
in the Urban Dictionary, right?
I mean, why we can we take anything from a natural standpoint? I would not tell my daughter being arrogant is good.
Arrogance is not a negative trait.
Wait, they go on. So they say alpha male is more of a personality type that's usually describes someone who is arrogant, obnoxious, insensitive, selfish, competitive, and then let me click on it.
That and what dictionary is that?
That's the Urban, because I went to the Urban when you said that earlier.
Oh, the nigga dictionary. That's what I thought.
But so
if you go into a regular dictionary, it says the same thing. You use different
John,
words.
are you an alpha male, John?
I've studied language so much. A paramount male doesn't have any bad, negative condemnations about it.
Are you an alpha male, John?
and enriching the Black woman and enriching family and community and restoring our African like that's what Marcus Garvey believed in. Marcus Garvey believed in going back to Africa. He didn't believe in this selfish white man stuff of because the Black man doesn't we're never inferior to no one. You not in any race, they're Black. So to even make us feel as if there's a statue of a limitations of us, it's because they had to do that. Of like we and from Africa, they would teach you about paramount maleness so you can be fruitful to the community. That's our lost ancestry. This alpha male perception is why we're where we're at. Magic Johnson's an alpha male. What we
Howie
got?
Bell's an alpha male.
I mean, that's for him. I don't know if Howie
Most
Bill
of
would
your
say that.
heroes, most of the people you respect are alpha males, Corey.
Kevin Hart's not an alpha male. He's a paramount
Oh
male.
yes, he's an alpha
He's
male to
building
me.
other men. Alpha
To
males
me.
don't put on other men.
To
Alphas
me.
don't. Hold on.
To me.
Alpha, statistically, this is not my opinion. This
It's
is
my
something that I
opinion.
learned. An alpha would not put on another man. An alpha would not
That's
help
how you
another
feel.
man out in his community. He won't. He believed that he's done and then ending in the eye. This is of not of my opinion. This is from a real standpoint. A paramount male will say, geologic. So you know what? I'm gonna put this brother on. I don't mind if he become bigger than me. I don't mind because he's a part of my community. An alpha male won't do that. Flat out, bro. It's
Okay.
very rare.
Okay.
According to the instinct, if we're talking about real ones now, and we're talking about that they got it on a money level, on an educational level, on an influence level. I'm talking about like, we talking about niggas that ain't really got nothing what they using their attributes with. And hell yeah, we all got it. I'm talking about move shakers. I can say I'm something and I can't do shit for nobody and say I'm something. We're talking about move shakers. I see this brother as a paramount. It's no negative indication.
Okay.
Oh, arrogance can be good. Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah. Arrogance is not always a negative trait.
It's not why.
It's not to me.
All right, I would like to I'd love to hear that.
No, but I don't want to argue with you, son.
Okay. I mean,
your arms are too short. You can't box with me.
True, but we always debate. It's not. I don't feel like
no. I don't. This is why would you want to debate with this wonderful day? Why
because
debate?
this is what makes me learn things. You know how many times you taught me things that I thought was right, and I learned something from you.
But not from a debate.
Well, no. This is real life. Because
Corey.
You can teach me something that's informative, or we can have subjects that we don't. We can just be like, oh, I mean, because this is all bullshit. It's about us anyway, our tribe. I just wanted to give a depth and a depth view because when I am talking to people, my peers, they understand my angle, and so I want to make sure I'm always representing myself proper when I'm saying stuff. I don't like if I gotta open it all the way up, I gotta break down the knowledge behind it, reference over. Just saying, yeah, I can't do that because a lot of people don't know my perspective.
I don't understand what you just said. I really don't.
Hey,
Did you understand
what I'm saying?
I understand what you said. She's getting hungry though. It's towards the end of the episode.
No.
But,
I ate already.
All
I
right,
ate something.
Let me jump in.
No, you're right. I'm a little hungry, but that's just a little bit. It's a little bit. Did you understand, Manissa?
Not totally, but I don't want to bother him with repeating anything.
I see. I feel his heart all the time, so I know what he's feeling. I might not understand what he's articulating sometimes, but I always feel his heart. Always.
Well, okay. I'm gonna tell you what I feel to make it very clear. If I'm on a show and I'm an ally of the show, and I use a perspective you've never heard of, I make a reference. I'm not here to give doctrine. I'm here to talk my shit. So if I say I consider myself a paramount male over, oh no, you're an alpha. I'm talking my measure. And so now, because alpha is looked at as a sector of like identifying themselves. I was trying to give a lesson of what I've grown to and what I've been, not a comparison necessarily. I was giving a cross reference because we only sometimes know one thing. We only know church. I know church unusual though. You know what I'm saying? So I was giving a real depth of me that I was trying to express. in a whole and not just in like, oh, I'm a Paramount male, like a nigga that heard something or read something out of a book. I wanted to give the backstory, what built Corey to be a comedian and put other comedians on. I could have made Comedy Court about me and been the only judge, but something in me as a producer was like, wow, I need to really learn what makes this comedian dope, this comedian dope. And I built a community and comedy course that allowed me to like really grow and have a voice in comedy, period. To people where they're like, oh no, I know dog, he been on a journey. So that's why I didn't really want to give in depth like a whole definition off between alpha and paramount and he's this and what you talking about. Like, I didn't want to go through that really, but I had to give my reason.
Again, I understand nothing you just said. I swear to God,
Well,
I
I
don't.
learned something today,
Okay.
because, when people say alpha, I always refer to the fact that it's the
Hey, that's kind of, hey, Auntie, I'm
position.
a little disappointed in
Wait,
this
wait,
interview.
wait, wait.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little disappointed in this
Let
interview, but
Anissa finish
it's
talking.
cool.
Let Anissa finish.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm disappointed
Let
in this interview,
Anissa finish.
respectfully.
Because every time I hear the word or use the word alpha, my mind goes to the wolf, the leader of the pack. There is always an alpha dog. And when a dog is introduced to a home, a domesticated dog, and as a responsible person, you have to show them who the alpha is. So that's where I was coming from. And speaking of my brother, to me, he's like an alpha. But I learned something today because I didn't realize when you broke the urban dictionary, the definition down. Okay, so now I have a whole new understanding of what an alpha male is about.
Well, if you allow me, Gina and Anissa and Corey,
Go ahead, baby.
I feel like the Urban Dictionary speaks to how a lot of people look at alpha males because that's how the Urban Dictionary is speaking to how the culture is looking at something, not necessarily the straight up definition, but how the culture is looking at it. So, and I feel like that's what Corey was speaking to. You know what I mean? He understands alpha male to be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Okay, now
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that would agree with that.
But
According
I
to
never said Corey wasn't alpha. I never said he wasn't. I said what I thought alpha was to me. I can never say what I think you are. Because I accept people for who they are. Whatever you say you are, I call you that. I believe you are. I was saying what alpha means to me. And to me, alpha man is a positive, as a woman, for me, alpha is a positive protective force that I keep alpha men around me. Even though their stilo might be low key, they might be quiet. And alpha is an energy, not a behavior. To me, that's what I think. And a mindset. So go ahead.
You know, it's funny. My phone call manager. The first part of your statement, Gina, is what he was saying earlier. Like he was just saying that as a member of this community, he didn't feel he had to come and explain it to that depth or debate it. But Corey, I think it was a good
What community?
This us here, this community right here, this community you're forming through the show. But I feel like Corey, to your point, you know what I'm saying, I just want to let you know that I thought that was a good moment in the show because it reminded me of like when she was having that conversation with Rudy Rush about competition. You know what I mean? Like there's different ways to look at these things. And even though we know we all good people, there's still different ways and different vantage points. And we got our VIPs, you know what I'm saying? Our values, interests, and principles and what keep
Right.
us who we are.
Right, interests and principles.
Yeah. That was a good. I didn't look at it as a debate. I looked at it as a good conversation.
No.
Alpha
No. I
Yeah.
just don't like to talk, and then somebody be like, I don't understand. Then you said, I'm like, damn, that's like.
Wait. You want me to be honest, or you want me? You want me to be Gina? You want me to be your godmother, or you want me to sit here and act like
I'm not. Hold on, wait.
Shit.
No, I said it's hard for me to talk. I'm being a real talk. Like that's like if you ask me a question, I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. But when you said that, I didn't even know what to say after that. I'm like, damn, I broke it down
honest. I didn't understand what you said.
I'm not. It's not auntie. But can I? Am I doing an interview?
Go.
I know I'm the nephew. Can I talk? I have not said now. I've been quiet the whole time. The only thing I said was that sentence, and you just start cutting me off. I said it's hard when you're expressing a point right? And someone says, well, Howie was expressing his point of pledging, it would have been very difficult, I'm sure, if she was, I don't understand why you even pledge. I thought I was connecting to a point of reading something and learning about myself as a man. Because when you locked up in prison, man, what made me become a Muslim, and just in general, like when Jesus went in the wilderness, or any of these books that we read of mental development, you gotta go within yourself. When I was experienced being an alpha man, I sold drugs. I didn't care about other people's feelings. I didn't give a fuck about shit. I didn't think about money, how this is my experience from the streets, nigga, from Detroit, nigga, straight hood, nigga. Motherfuckers know me. I ain't start comedy in Detroit because I couldn't do it, because I probably would have had, like, I was really beefing with niggas, like real nigga. So becoming about community changed my outlook. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, alpha males are, I'm read the comments. So when I was breaking that down, it wasn't to exclude any like a behavior. And platforms are so weird because you only get to say something once. You know what I'm saying? You only get to like, and so I'm never dissing great quality people that have attributes. I just wanted to introduce a mentality I learned from a motherfucker that raised 300,000 people in Africa and built up infrastructure, and that like just literally gave me mentorship. And I was just like, wow, these things really changed my mindset as a man for me, what I add to things. So thanks, y'all, for seeing something in what I was saying, dog. Thank you as a man. Like, if you understand, like, that's great.
For sure. Sure.
God.
I'm listening, Corey. Go ahead.
No, I have nothing else. That's
No,
part.
I'm giving you. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No,
Talk,
on
talk
everything.
about whatever you want to talk about. Go ahead.
No, that I think that was pretty much it on that part, because I love how you share your platform with us to be us.
Corey, you.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
being me.
sorry.
This is me.
I can't tell when he's being serious.
This is me. So, I don't know what else to. I don't know what
He
else to
said,
do. I affirm on some stuff. I ain't on other things.
"What?
You know,
What'd you say?"
I affirm on some things. I'm not on other things.
Corey, you are perfect just the way you are.
And I have a couple of questions, or at least one.
You're just beautiful.
Yes, he is.
You're just
Yes, he
absolutely perfect.
is.
That's why you're my son. Just
Yeah.
the way you are is perfect. Just the way you are.
Yes.
Your
Thank
hustle,
you.
your grind, your struggle, your past, your future, what you're going through, your life. You are wonderful. That's why when I call you or DM you, I let you know all the time. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. I have to uplift you. That's my job. But I'm also gonna bring correction, nigga. You know that. I bring love
Hey,
and
he good.
correction.
He good.
And I can take it. You know I can take it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Go ahead, Anissa.
Corey, when you were a child, a teenager, a young adult, and I know you went through a lot, and but during all of that, did you like to make people laugh, or did you find yourself creating scenarios and wanting to come up with skits? Have you always had that creative bug in you?
Yes, I always been a very creative. Even like, yes, I have. Even in church, like I always was like the head of something, doing
Yeah,
something, in charge of an emotion for sure. I can charge an emotion. Yeah.
yeah, because you have a natural way about yourself being, I don't know, you just, yeah, there's something about, you've got the it factor.
Oh, yes.
So sweet.
Yeah, that's what it
Thank you.
is. I love you,
And
sweetheart.
yes, and for those who don't know, Corey and I are very close. I
Oh
consider
yeah,
him
very
a
close.
son. And so, albeit some people have conversations or podcasts that run smooth, and there are no uncomfortable silences, and there's no disagreements, or there's no I don't like you right now. That's not what happens here. And in our personal relationship, Corey, off live, on the phone, in person, we have had disagreements that are heated. Really? No, really.
No, really, really, I know. She's
Really.
like,
So what's happening right now happens in real life.
no, it's
Uh,
love.
I'm so grateful that you took the time for me because you're very busy. You're on the grind. You have so many things you're doing. You put so much money in your last special. You look so handsome.
Thank you.
You're a father of how many children?
I have 2 children.
How
No,
old? How old are your children?
somebody else out there, holla. No, I'm talking
How old are your children?
11 and 5.
Okay. Are you single?
I have somebody that I love. I think we all got somebody, but I'm more focused on my craft, like to be real.
Okay. So in other words, don't ask me no shit like that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm always, no, I don't mind. I think artists need to just be honest, and I'm being honest. Who don't got something? I mean, look how handsome I am. I'm hitting something around this motherfucker. I ain't gonna tell y'all who or what. You know what I'm saying? She
I
mad.
don't need to know who or
She
what.
mad.
Who
I'm
or
like,
what?
be grabbing her hair and shit. Be having her hair like this. No, I'm talking
Okay,
shit.
but Corey, let me ask you something else.
Yeah.
A lot of women come on to you all the time, don't they?
Yes, that have to. Yes.
How do you tell women no? You just don't give them the energy. What do you do?
I give them the energy. I just talk to women that don't speak English, and that's what I've
Whoa,
committed to.
whoa.
Like, cause then if I talk to them, it's a lot to text on a translation app, and so like now my focus is like, man, let me get back to this funny shit. I don't got time texting this bitch.
What did you say? What did you just say, Corey? What did you just say?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's the best. Never mind. But yeah, I handle the dating with being humble and receiving it. Give me all the love. Come on. Put it right here.
Okay. Before we go, can you bring Anissa up? I'll be in Los Angeles with this young man on Saturday. What's happening with us Saturday, Corey? What we doing Saturday?
We getting to it. We bringing that funny at the Sunset Rooftop. Make sure y'all at 6099 West Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, y'all. I will be there. It is hosted by the one and only Gina motherfucking Fletcher.
Oh!
And then guess what? Guess what, y'all? We got a brother that's debuting himself on stage, man. Spiritual CJ. We got my big bro, Stevie J will be in the building. We got Melody B. We got Mr. Come on, y'all. And we got
Everything. We got I Am Juice Man.
And we got I Am Juice Man.
And we got It's Bae.
And we got It's Bae. Make sure y'all there. And the show will start on time, y'all. 6 p.m. Come on, man.
Wait, actually, that's a typo. It should say 8. Some things have changed since then. But that's a typo.
Yeah.
But the Eventbrite, thanks to Anissa, is in the description of this show. Just go to the actual description, click see more, and you'll be able to click and get your ticket on the Eventbrite, or get your ticket at the door. But I think you should get it at the Eventbrite if you're listening to this. Nessa, put yourself on camera.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Look at that t-shirt. What's that t-shirt say?
This says low key famous.
Where you get that from?
I got this from this gentleman right here, Mr. Corey Sherrill.
Oh, he's low-key famous, son.
Low-key,
Oh,
low-key.
that's so nice. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have some more merchandise, Corey? That's available for sale?
I do. The new link will be up in my bio on my Instagram.
Okay.
I'll have it up in like the next 5 minutes. It's a link. I have a Shopify or whatever.
So before March 22nd, where will you be before then? Are you anywhere this week?
I got a guest spot. Corey Holcomb will have a show tomorrow, guys. So I always get a guest spot with Corey. Shout out to Corey Holcomb, big homie, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a few
Yeah,
shows.
Is
shout out
that
to
at
Corey Holcomb. Let me say something about Corey Holcomb. I used to want to have sex with him, right? Because
Oh
I'm a
shit,
big, big, big fan. Now I used to want to see him in a fetal position and let him cry after having sex with me. But no, but let me tell you what happened. He was on the show one time. You know, I watch him every Tuesday night, 5150 with Darlene, OG, Ortiz, and Craig Fax. But listen, Corey said one time, he said, you know what? I don't like that extra piece of meat people have on their lips. And I had that extra piece of meat. And that from that day on, I said, I don't want to have sex with him no
Are you
more.
talking about the lip fat?
Yeah, the lip that makes fellatio wonderful. Yeah. He said, I don't like people. He wasn't talking about me, but he was really talking about me. So I stopped my desire to have sex with him, unless he asked me.
Unless he asked me. I'm gonna tell him that too. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm really gonna tell him that. I'm like,
Oh,
damn,
please.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm saying,
Listen.
then but I'm gonna make sure I end it sweet for you. I'm gonna be like, she says she'll still give it to you though, unless you ask her. She's heavy on the ask her.
Okay, first of all, he ain't got to ask me shit. Okay, if he does, I'll give him a shot at the title. I'll give him a shot at the title. Your T-shirt is beautiful, Corey. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So you'll be at Flappers on Monday nights.
Yes.
In Los Angeles. It's 5150 night. Corey Holcomb is taking over Flappers on once a month. And we're so grateful for that. Thank you, 5150, Corey Holcomb, for helping my youngin', Corey Sherrill, with the ejaculation of his career. No diddy. Anissa, what do you want to say before you continue to show your breasts?
Low key famous. Low key famous will be on our
you look gorgeous,
soon, y'all. Low key famous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you want to say, Anissa Ray? Me now, I'm getting hungry now. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, Corey, thank you. Corey already made the announcement I wanted to make about the show at Sunset Rooftop next Saturday, March 22nd. The Eventbrite is live. You can get your tickets there. $20 for comedian Stevie J, Juice Man, performers like It's Bay, a gentleman named Ralph, Mr. Canna, and more. $20, 8 p.m. to 12, Eventbrite, Music Loves Comedy at the Sunset Rooftop, 6099 West Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles.
Yeah, and I'll be there Friday in Los Angeles, and I'll be at Gadget Deluxe shop at Western and 83rd Street. I'm doing a meet and greet just to show some love to his shop, Gadget Deluxe on Western and 83rd Street. And then on Sunday, I'll be with Zoe, a shop, smoke, and sip that afternoon on Pico and Redondo. She has an amazing vintage store, so please show up. And what else? Ja, anything else you want to say, baby, before we go?
Nah, not really. But Corey, plug that special, man. One last time for the edit, man.
You said what now?
Plug the special for the edit.
All right. Hey guys, make sure y'all check out my new comedy special that will be out on streaming. Low Key Famous. I just shot it, y'all, February 28th. It will be out on streaming. Make sure you check out Low Key Famous. You can look for updates on my Instagram, and of course Auntie Gina, she gonna have all the updates on what I got going on anyway, because you know that's my auntie mom, so you know how that go. Yeah, she don't know it. She don't know it.
Have you eaten, young man?
Yeah, I made breakfast while you was interviewing Howie. I had sausage.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you eaten, Anissa?
I had 2 pieces of peanut butter toast.
Okay. Have you eaten, Ja?
Yeah, I ate.
Okay. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. Ja Logic, Gina Fletcher, Anissa Raimi. We thank God for the moment. We thank you, God, for the church unusual. We thank you, God, for Amazing Grace sung by our visiting pastor, Howie Bell. We thank you, God, for the youth pastor that came through. In the name of the love, we say, Mr. Corey Sherrill. Hallelujah! We thank you. And everybody say,
Amen.
everybody say,
Amen.
everybody say,
Amen.
oh Lord.
Amen. Amen.
See y'all later.
All right. That was great.
That was fun.
That was great.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Job.
Yo.
I feel like I'm the bad little brother that's explaining something. Dude, mama, I can't quit. Hey, I can't. Hey, look, I can't help myself. I'm like, no, I don't gotta
Yo,
be right. I want her to understand me. I can't help it. I love her so much. I'm like, no, I get mad. She don't understand. Hey, look, when she said, hey, look, when she said that she ain't know what I was talking about, nigga, I almost had a heart attack.
yo, hit me in the back chat. Hit me in the back chat. We're gonna close the show out for real now.
Oh, damn, I ain't know. Oh, on the back side? Oh, damn, I didn't know. That's funny. I didn't know that. I thought it was over.
Nah, you know, I just was being creative with that. We're gonna get into this music.
You loved before, and you never walked out the door. You shed your heart, dedicated from the start. You say you're afraid to ever love again. If you want love, let go. And if you need love, let go. You will win in the end, and you will be your own best friend. Just inside of you comes you don't believe. You're so blind you just can't see. You turn away whenever goodness comes to stay. Everything is yours. Why don't you walk right through the door? If you want love, let go. I'm saying